Republican candidates with messy personal histories. It has some Republican officials wondering if this destruction of norms might keep their party from winning the majority.
Donald Trump defied political norms, and he's doing it again post-presidency, with a round of endorsements for candidates whose troubled histories have come under scrutiny. Trump throwing his support behind Herschel Walker's Senate campaign in Georgia.
Great, Herschel. What a guy.
Sean Parnell's Senate push in Pennsylvania.
Sean is a star. Sean Parnell.
Or Max Miller's quest for Congress in Ohio.
We had some really great people, and Max was one of them.
Trump endorsing Miller, a former White House advisor and the ex-boyfriend of former White House press secretary Stephanie Grisham, even after Grisham says she told Donald and Melania Trump it was an abusive relationship.
That's something I actually told the president and the first lady about, and they did nothing. You know, if it didn't affect them, and as long as I was keeping quiet and being good, then I guess that kind of behavior was okay. And
while Grisham has not identified Miller by name, she has identified him as a congressional candidate endorsed by Trump.
It was like a gut punch when I saw that he endorsed him, knowing what happened.
Miller has responded by suing her for defamation. His lawyer telling CNN Ms. Grisham's allegations that Mr. Miller was violent and physically abusive towards her are absolutely untrue, and accusing her of trying to boost book sales. Grisham says the lawsuit is an attempt at intimidation, which is right out of the Trump playbook. In Georgia, Trump is all in for Walker.
You know, Herschel is not only a Georgia hero, he is an American legend.
Even though Walker has been accused of threatening his ex-wife and a friend of his ex-wife's in the early 2000s. An ex-girlfriend also said Walker threatened to kill her in a 2012 police report.
You can get angry, but the anger that you can go out and really hurt someone. And that's when you know you got a problem.
The former University of Georgia football star spoke to CNN in 2008 about his diagnosis of dissociative identity disorder. And his ex-wife detailed how he had threatened her with knives and guns as he struggled with his mental illness.
He held the gun to my temple and said he was going to blow my brains out.
At the time, Walker said he couldn't remember being violent toward his wife, but he didn't deny the incidents. His campaign said it is sad that many in politics and the media who praised Herschel for his transparency over a decade ago are now making false statements, stereotyping, attacking, and attempting to sensationalize his past just because he is a Republican Senate candidate. The campaign also vehemently denied that he threatened his ex-girlfriend in 2012. If the allegations against Walker are disconcerting to other GOP leaders, few are speaking out. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell recently told Politico there are some things written that indicate he's had some challenges in his life. On the other hand, the good news is he's made several impressive performances on national television. I think there's every indication he's going to be a good candidate.
Donald Trump has gravitated toward some people with real skeletons and scandals in their past.
Trump, who faced more than a dozen allegations of sexual misconduct when he ran for president in 2016.
I am a victim of one of the great political smear campaigns in the history of our country.
May have blazed an easier path for GOP candidates with troubling pasts.
There definitely seems to be, different tolerance level. And that's both inside the party and among voters, among Republican voters. I think once they swallowed Trump, that sort of conditioned the environment to kind of accept anything.
In Pennsylvania, one of Parnell's GOP opponents, Jeff Bartos, and an aligned super PAC are testing that theory as they try to use two protection from abuse orders filed against Parnell by his estranged wife in 2017 and 2018 as political weapons.
911 calls, protection from abuse orders, and now a gag order. The real record of Sean Parnell.
The protection orders were temporary, lasting only a few days, and the orders and the specific allegations against Parnell that prompted them have been expunged from court records. Parnell has called Bartos a desperate liar. Still, a judge denied Parnell's request for a gag order, which had cited his campaign and concerns for his children. His wife's lawyer celebrated the ruling, saying, "The powerful and influential are not entitled to special treatment, and they should not be permitted to silence others."
Now, the Parnell campaign declined to comment for this story. They did put out a memo today, though, that suggests they think the smear campaign is failing and they believe Parnell is going to be the nominee. Jake, it will not surprise you to know that Donald Trump is not backing away from any of these endorsements. A spokesperson for Trump said he is proud to endorse patriots who love our country, and he will not be dissuaded from supporting great candidates due to false smear campaigns.
All right, Sara Murray.